Welcome to the Your Peak Life podcast. Let's conquer the summit of life and reach the apex of our potential.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Your Peak Life podcast. I'm here with Michelle Jackson and Miss Rhodonna Boyd.
Hey, y'all.
So, when Rhodonna came on over, there was one thing that came over with her. Is this energy. I don't know what it is, but it's always around. Michelle Jackson is a whole vibe.
MJB, baby.
She's up early every day, catching the sunset, gym time. I don't know. I just see her every morning. Big smile, good mornings, high energy, and, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's just my heart. I love community, and I love all of this. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I see why Rhodonna, you girls are friends. It's just like, and like I told you, it's just like, it's a whole vibe. You got good energy, seriously.
Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What you've been doing these last couple of years up until now?
Oh man, what haven't I done? That's the question. Huh? That's the trick question. Now, I'm originally from Long Island, so New York.
Mm-hmm.
I came here maybe in the, not telling age, in the late 90s. I'm lying. I'm just saying. And then late, sometimes in the 80s.
Okay.
We moved down to Virginia from New York. My mom is originally from Suffolk.
Okay.
So we moved down here, and I've been here. I graduated high school, everything. So I'm a beach girl.
Okay. Now, you graduated out here in VB?
Princess Anne High School.
Okay.
Yeah, Princess Anne High School.
Got it. Okay, so you graduated high school. You're growing up, living your life. Brothers, sisters.
Yeah, I have two sisters. I'm actually a middle child. No, you can't believe that. So
I would guess the younger ones, because you're like high energy,
Really?
probably spoiled at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nope, none of that. But I'm definitely in the middle. I have an older sister that's 3 years older than me, a younger sister that's 5, and I'm the big sister.
Okay. Let me fast forward. Like, how long have you ladies known each other?
From my beginning, I would say 2011, but it was before 2011, so at least 13 years, probably more like 14, 15, at least 13.
Where did you girls meet?
Church.
Okay.
Actually.
You know what? I would have guessed that.
Really?
Yeah, I would have guessed that. That would have been like my first guess,
Really?
honestly. Yeah.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been my first guess. And it's like, okay, you're more, just here.
Yep. Yep.
Michelle's like up here.
Right.
You meet this woman, Michelle, and it's like,
I don't
Man.
even know. Like, I remember she came to me. We were coming out of a different church than we originally met. And she's like, yeah, didn't you used to go to this church? And somehow we ended up living literally right around the corner from each other.
Oh, dang.
And pretty much, right? Maybe
Yeah, I
2-minute drive.
Like right here, because I still live over here.
Yeah,
like,
and I lived. We didn't know it at the time, but then I don't even know how it evolved into us being like we are now.
yeah, you probably heard her around the corner, right? Like, is that Michelle?
no, I used to see her all the time. Hey, I just saw you right past me.
Yeah, I'm like, why does this
She
girl
still got
always
that same
see
phone,
me?
too.
right.
She's out of memory.
Oh no, you didn't.
That's
We
it,
got
right?
jokes. That's okay. We got jokes. It's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, you girls, like, what are you girls doing at this time? And sorry, I keep using girls, but
No, it's all
you
good.
ladies, like, what are you doing around this time as far as like working, church? Like, what are you doing actually around 2011, 2012?
Ooh, struggling. Like 2011, 2012. Being a mom, actually, too. Like, I have 2 children.
Okay.
They're grown now, extra grown a little bit. 25 and 28.
Oldest daughter's 25.
See? Look.
Yeah, about to be a grandpa. Just found out.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, it's dope.
Oh, I have a grandpup,
Okay.
Not saying, but can be. I love dogs, so it can. My son will be 26 next month.
Okay.
And so they are athletes also. So traveling, AAU basketball up and down. It's every gym and every whistle up the East Coast.
Yep.
Around that time, let's see, fighting, just learning honestly who God called me to be and who I was through that journey. And just when I think about it on the inside, I'm amazed at just the journey on a whole, because you have someone like me who I would say I didn't really have a church background per se, or a relationship with God, anything like that, to what he's done in my life in that place. So that was like a very pivotal, the beginning point of my life. So it was just like a new life for me, really and truly. I want to say turned into, mashed in, married to, with being a mother, being a wife, being an entrepreneur. I have my own insurance agency. So just life. I don't even know how to really put the words to it, but that's
and I mean, it's always in retrospect. I always see it that way. It's like you think back to that time that you said struggling. Struggling is struggling back then. It's like you don't know when you're in it. Now that you look back, it's like, what can you tell Michelle back then in 2011, 2012 that was like, you should have been doing this? Like, when did you finally kind of figure that out?
I think I don't regret the struggle, because I remember during that time I kept hearing strength isn't struggle. And it was growing expanding my muscle, expanding who I was, expanding my tissues, making the tears necessary for me to come into who I should be today. So in that, I think it's not too much I would say, because it's like there's a joy in the journey. There's a lesson in each place. In that place, trying to think, what would I say to myself? Yeah, keep going.
Because there's Michelle's right now, right? Like in that era that you're speaking to. So it's like, if you could refocus, it's like, man, where do I pivot, right? Sooner.
Yeah. I would say essentially, let me think about then. I would just say keep going, because I know the timing of things, sometimes we give up. Don't give up, because there's times where we give up too easy. You know what I mean? Like this breakthrough, there's a picture that they have, I don't know if it's a meme or what, and it's like this man, matter of fact, I think I posted it several times. He's digging and he's digging and he's digging. Men, yeah, one at the top, and it's right when he get ready to give up, boom, this is it, but you gave up and you didn't get it. And so I say that even though it might be tough through that season or whatever it is that you're journeying through, don't give up. I think that would be like my mantra, is that I don't give up. So it's like, don't give up, keep going. And it's just, that would be it. Like, I don't even know. Yeah, that's all I would say to myself, is keep going.
That
don't
tenacity.
Give up.
All right. So, I mean, obviously, you ladies are like, again, you girls are a whole vibe. I love seeing you girls together. I love the birthday video of you falling. Like, who falls at that age? And I won't say.
He said, "Who falls at
Can
that
we
age?"
pause? Wait. So I posted a video. I started sending it to you on TikTok, right? And it was like before the video. One of the funniest part is that her friend Randy was on the side and she was fixing her shoes, and she says, "Oh Jesus!" She's like, she thinking she gonna don't lose your shoes while we're running. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and pray. And then as soon as we take off, she falls.
It was one step.
I mean, I couldn't get off at all. I was like, it was like somebody pushed me. I was like, this.
That's what it looks like. It's like one step, and it's like.
It was like. Yeah. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it was like that gutter ball. It was like, bam, right off the bat.
We don't know what happened.
Well, look, what questions do you got? I know you got questions for your friend.
Yeah, no, I think I would even tag team off of what you asked her. Like, when you would say these things to these other Michelles, these other people, when you say, well, just don't give up. Well, some people don't know how to not give up. Where do you dig to get the grit to not give up? Like, what's your mindset? What are you saying to yourself? What's your process? Man,
and going back to my process was learning, one, how to encourage myself, because sometimes there are seasons like Rhodonna's a blessing in my life, but there are seasons where I'm going alone. You know what I mean? So then you have to learn how to encourage yourself. Like, I would read books. Oh, that's where we going, huh? I would, even biblically, like I would read my word. I would learn God for myself and not wait for someone to come and feed me because I couldn't. It's like, you're eating every day. You need to eat to nourish your body. And it's like you waiting for someone. We're too grown to wait for somebody to come and feed us.
Yep. Right there.
Right. And so
I had to, right there.
I had to go get it myself. I had a, leader at the time that was really cool. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to have to call you when I need encouragement. I don't want to do that. I want access myself. So I would do that even to build myself spiritually, but also even as an entrepreneur, because I owned an insurance agency since 2006. So at that point, I'm 6-7 years into what I'm doing already.
Okay.
Been in the insurance industry since 1999. So even in that place, those are some hard spaces. But I've also seen where economy and things dropped and my business soared. So it was just like, just keep going. Don't pay attention to what everyone else is doing. Run your race. You know what I mean? And do the things what's necessary that you have to do to live. Grow, be intentional about being in the right spaces. And I joined groups. I would get around other women, even in the church, because I was a business owner, but I was out here by myself.
Yes.
And even the people I was around, a lot of them weren't doing the things that I was doing. So I just put myself in different places as well.
I was going to ask her too, that was my next question. Like, how important do you think community is when you are out there as an entrepreneur, insurance person, now a real estate agent, you're an independent agent, and it's like, what role does the community play in that and the people that you're around?
Community is important. I mean, iron sharpens iron, right? So if whoever you're around they're either going to strengthen you or they're going to weaken you. So community to me is very important. And I think having mentors, regardless of if there's someone that you can physically touch or if they're like a Jim Rohn or a Les Brown, you got to be hungry, just I could probably but all that, right?
Keeping that accountability.
Yeah. And things like that. I remember I read this book it's by Charles Swindoll, Living Above the Level of Mediocrity. Yes. And this book, blessed my life. And I didn't realize, bought it in the thrift store for like $1.58. And I didn't realize that I didn't know if he was a Christian. I didn't know anything. I just saw an eagle on a book. And he was soaring. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grab this book, and it just blessed my life. It's on my bookshelf to this day.
That's great. Like you said, the coaching, the mentors, that's something that I need to see, honestly. Yeah. Although I got great partners around me, there's still some accountability there, and I'm self-driven. There's tasks that are put out or ideas that are made and solidified, and that's kind of what I gravitate to. It's like I see that, we talk about it, okay, let's get the wheels in motion, let's continue with the task. But okay, that's cool. What else?
Right.
What else? Like you said, you have your children. I worry about my children a lot. Like, what's their future look like as far as making great civilians for society? So it's like I'm debating, like, obviously I need some kind of like a business coach, some kind of older generation, some kind of coach on just children life. Because I see it all too many times where it's like the same children came out of the same house, same parent, and they're all so different.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And when I see that, it's like, you know what? They're different generation. It's their circle.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's their circle. My daughter's 4 years older than their younger brother, than her younger brother. So I know her circles are going to be a lot different than theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do I make them strong enough so they're independent?
Yes.
They think for themselves. They don't get swayed in any way, and I think that's where those accountability partners come.
Yeah.
Help you, help you stay on course.
Yeah.
Everybody has some kind of goals, but I also am trying to set their goals in a sense. They're going to get to choose at the end of the day. But I think that's where I screwed up. I should have had those mentors, coach is or whatever early on in my life. And that's kind of when I implement to my children also. It's like, find your why.
That's awesome.
What's your motivation? Stick to it, right? Don't give up. Because that's a lot of times that's what you hear from these people who have made it. It's like, don't give up. Literally, almost every single one is the same thing. I just didn't give up.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to fail. Like, you know how I posted something recently, like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And I have people chiming in, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to dissect this whole thing, because we already know I am. But because it doesn't make sense. Just do it. I live a life of just do it. It might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. My mom is like, you're like a little daredevil when I was little.
Yeah.
But you also break boundaries and break through things that other people will not do because you're not afraid. And I'm like, fail what? If I fall, I'm gonna get back up.
That part.
Like, there's no failure if you learn.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're not failing, you're learning. Get that word. You didn't fail. You're just learning.
Yeah, I always say I'm Montessori. Like, I like hands-on things. Like,
Well, I mean, now I see the insurance part. Your transition into real estate. How does that go for you in the beginning?
Insurance and real estate. Well, see, insurance is more residual. Like, people, Michelle, you still do insurance? Like, I can get a call doing that just like out of nowhere, because that's what people know I do, right? But and so it still comes to me. So it's not anything that I really have to necessarily work. So I really haven't really transitioned out of it.
Okay.
I just more so, you know what it made me do? Say, hey, I don't want to. Is this recorded? I don't want to work with you anymore. Okay, like. Options, right?
Yeah.
As you continue to grow, you get options. You have the ability to have options. So it's like, yeah, I still do, but I don't. You know, like I just because some people and some things that have you running in these circles, honestly and truly. So
Like the rat race.
yeah, like or the rat race. That's a little rat on the wheel.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you girls ever done a deal together?
That's so crazy. No.
I have never thought about that. We've never done a deal together.
But Davina and I have.
Okay.
Just recently, though. We just did one recently after.
I think I did one with her.
You did?
One, maybe. Yeah, but no, we've never done it. We went to school. We went to real estate school together.
You want to tell that story? That's crazy.
I'm just saying, we like.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
I was working a full-time job at the time. I was in national sales and advertising, and I knew it was time for a change. So I'm kind of looking for some things to to set me up really for further in the future, not as quickly as I jumped into real estate full-time, but I had been thinking about it because I wanted to get into investing. All of a sudden she calls me and I'm like, man, I've been trying to find a class that works around my full-time work schedule. And she's like, oh, we're on the phone. I think I'm on my lunch break. We're on the phone. She finds this class online and she's like, oh, here's one. It's on Tuesdays.
June the 12th.
Yeah, it was like 6:30
2018.
to 9:30 or 10:30 or something like that at night. I got off work at 5:30. I made a beeline there. We ended up taking 8 weeks, maybe 8-week course.
Okay.
8 weeks of 6 figures.
That's
Linda
what the lady-
Harrison was our
she's
our
an agent
teacher.
here. A broker, Linda Harrison.
yeah.
She was our teacher, and we did that. And then we went to the same firm in the beginning together. We've been at the same firm a couple of different times, and maybe sometime in the future
You know,
again.
hey,
Yeah, but we've never done a deal. That's crazy.
that's a great
That's
question.
crazy. It sure
No,
is.
it's just like I've done deals with Eric. I've never done a deal with Eric. I mean, with Edwin or Mike.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Eric, actually, I did a deal before I was here, and it was just a unique situation, and he had the buyer, and I was like, cool.
Wow.
And it's funny. I'll tell the story now, but I mean, his clients bought this house out of state, and they didn't show up until like I think a month later. House was vacant, like nobody lived there. And he calls me. He's like, "Hey, man," and this is why I remember, because it's like I had dealt with the agent. I was like, "Okay, what's going on, man?" He's like, "Hey, do you have that HVAC invoice? I don't think I got it, and the HVAC's not working." I was like, "It was working. Certified AC guy, licensed everything." I was like, "Here you go." He's like, "Damn." I was like, "Damn, that sucks, bro." I was like, "What you gonna do?" He's like, "I guess I'm gonna buy him a new one."
Oh,
But that's Eric. That's what he did. I was like, okay, man. Sorry, sucks.
He was like, talk to you later.
That's the first time I met him.
Are you
Wow.
serious? Oh,
Yeah, and I was like, no, everything's working order, whatever. But anyways, yeah, and it wasn't until the years later, when I'm coming, and I texted him. I was like, there's a whole chat still saved him up because
Oh,
of my memory.
right, yeah. If you have a phone with
I
memory,
still got
that
it. It
is.
still got it.
It's this thing called memory.
It's the cloud.
That's okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm taking it. I'm gonna take it.
Expansion.
Yeah. So, what do you guys do now as far as like, obviously church or, I see you guys still doing some group stuff. What is like the drive right now that you guys are doing out here? Like, what do you guys like doing as far as community stuff?
I'll let you. Yeah.
So,
She always out here in these streets.
Yeah, I know.
well, in the summertime, actually, just talking to Emmy about it. I have the summertime. What I do ministry wise, I love people and I love to give back. So I do a couple of things. I have a group for entrepreneurial women in the area that I know. I just like to take the people I know, bring them together, and let me introduce you to who I know.
Okay.
Because you might need them or they might need you.
Yep.
So I love doing that. So I do women's brunch every year in March for International Women's Day.
Yep.
So I do that. Summertime's coming up. I'll do, for ministry-wise, this will be Bible study on the beach. So that starts Monday at 7. And there's 6 sessions through the summertime, goes through August, the best month of the year. But anyway.
It's her birthday month.
Figured.
Yeah, so.
Figured.
So it goes through August, and then just whatever. I used to do groups in my home, which I may go back to doing that. Vision board fellowships. I love to do things like, one of the things I did in the past, I haven't been able since COVID to get back into it, was a sock drive, and it was called Bless the Homeless. And we would just get things for the homeless and give back and come out and just, it just bless the people. And we would go out and find them like, hey, come over here. And, we have things for you. So that's one of the things that I do. It's just life. I love living life and helping people.
Do you get with an organization when you're doing that, or are you just doing it on your own when
Nope.
it's like helping the homeless? And
I
things
just
like that?
create my own tables.
Okay. No, seriously. No, because let me be real here. Like when you see somebody like on the corner panhandling, sometimes I'm biased. I was like, nah, man, you got a house.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
like
some
how do you
people
figure
do.
out like? But it is what it is, right? If that's what the cause is, I think you're gonna get a little bit of everything.
So
you're
what we
right. I
did,
agree.
how we did this is because I'm down the ocean front. One thing I've seen so many things. You see people live in different places. I walk the. That may not have been good. Say I walk the streets a lot, but I do, but not like that. Right?
Yeah.
Not like that. I'm a street walker. Not like that. But I do. Like, I do a lot of running. It's just been what I've just part of my life. I always said things happen out of the abundance of my life. And so I see people that are homeless in different, places, and they might not even be asking you for anything. So what we do is, and I'm not gonna knock you if you ask me either, but what we would do is we would set up down on like 12th Street. They have the Legend Park right across the street from like what is it? The Sheraton, 4 Points by Sheraton.
Yep.
And what we would do is bring all this stuff out here. And you have people that live down the ocean front. And my heart is at the ocean front. So believe it or not. And you would see people, so many homeless people, believe it or not, living at the ocean front, underneath the piers, sleeping on the benches, in the little cuts, or anywhere you can see them. Some people sleep, like even this morning while I'm walking down the beach, they're on a tent. They're under tents sleeping on a beach. So those are people we would go get them and say, hey, we have something for you. Come see us.
Okay.
Do you want something to eat? Do you want some clothes? What do you need? Come see us. And they would just come. We would just go get them. We will find them where they were and bring them.
Got it. Yeah, because like in the Bay Area, my wife's from the Bay Area, so when we go visit, like Oakland's rough. They call it Gotham City now, and it really looks like that.
Really?
And it's like you can't walk 5 feet, and somebody's like, "Hey, man, you got some money, whatever."
Really?
And I would turn around and be like, "Man, I was about to ask you the same thing." Like, do you got some?
Are you serious?
I would, but it's
they're
like I ain't
all over.
I ain't got enough to give. Right?
You're like, ah.
You're like, I'm out.
No, sometimes I do wonder. I'm like, are you? Because
Yeah.
you see these shows that, these news shows that show that some people really are setting people up. But like you said, you're going to draw bolt regardless, So I guess you got to keep doing good,
I think it's from the posture of your heart.
Yeah, and then so this summertime you're going to be doing the thing, the ministries on the beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the subject? Have you come up with something?
Oh,
Or
yes.
what's your favorite book?
No. So I am going to talk about the promises, getting back to the foundation of faith, basically, of what it looks like, because I think life happens on so many different levels to people that sometimes their faith is shaken. They don't know which ways. A lot of times people reach out to me and say, Michelle, how do I apply the Bible to my life? So we're going to break it down to the foundation, and I'm going to show them the walk on the promises of God, what it looks like, and praying, understanding, really how to pray and see how God can move in your life and apply it. So
Nice.
It'll be building.
Yeah, you got those dates started already set or not?
I
yet?
do, actually. So June 17th, July 1st, July 15th, July 29th.
It's every other Monday, right?
Every other Monday for the summer.
Starting June.
June 17th, starting this Monday. August the 12th. Now, I got choked up on the last one. Give me what? 24th.
Okay.
I think it's August 24th, the 12th and the 24th.
So by the time this comes out, actually, they'll be able to see those July and August dates.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. July. So those are the dates. Yep.
Okay.
In my mind already.
Join her on the beach every other
Yeah,
Monday.
yeah. And August is a special month,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Depending on who you are.
Yep. What questions do you have?
No, I was going to ask you, when you think about like the homeless and now that you're in real estate, like, can you see yourself kind of doing anything on another scale? And then what drives you in that direction to even want to help the homeless? Everybody's heart is not in that direction. What is it that tugs at you?
The struggle. Like, there's so many places. So back in 1999, back in St. Olaf, I'm just playing, but
The
back
Golden Girls.
I graduated high school.
in 99?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and back in 99, my apartment caught on fire. And back then I was young with 2 kids, myself and, my husband at the time. And he wasn't my husband at the time. He was my baby daddy. We were shacking up. That's another story. But anyway, it is what it is.
Okay.
So we were living together, and our apartment caught on fire. And we could have easily been homeless. No renter's insurance. We're young. No anything. And thank God that we weren't. But, the American Red Cross stepped in and helped us. I think we went and stayed. Oh my gosh, we went to North Carolina for a minute and tried to move and do that. And I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm not built for the Carolina at all. And then, so we moved back here and ended up staying, oh my gosh, staying at his grandparents' house in a room, staying with his mother. And it's all of us in that joint. Like, it was just crazy. So in that place, it's just being in places, understanding, that could have been you, that was you, because essentially that wasn't my home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was essentially homeless with my children. I never really thought about it like that until you asked that question. Hey, hold on. But yeah, it's like we didn't have a space or place, so you have a heart for people. I just do not like to see people hurt or broken or oppressed. Now, I'm not a sucker now, and people not going to play me out, but I have a heart of compassion, and I'm like, if I can get in there and help you, I can, because I also know what it's like to need help and not be helped.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of this stuff comes from, out of the abundance of my life. Not that it's selfish, but it's understanding that what if that was me? What if that was me? That could have been me. That was me. But what if that was me? And so even when I can see people walking down the street, it's times where I've given people a ride that I don't even know. Like, and crazy, I ain't gonna tell that story another day, another setting, but but things like that. And that's what pulls my heart. So even in real estate, I remember, it's amazing you asked that question, because before I even thought about I guess I could say before I thought about real estate, but somewhere there in a journey, I like to write on stuff, walls and doors and windows.
Yeah, we call them taggers in LA.
Yeah. My house, though. I don't like to do it. I'm not trespassing while I'm doing it.
Yeah, vandalizing.
I think New York's a thing, too.
Right.
But I like to write in my house, though. Honestly and truly, so I'll take like a window marker or something and write. And one of the things were help single moms. Now, I wasn't a single mom, but help them get homes and have communities and do things. I met this homeless guy one day, and I will always talk to them because I want to hear their story. Like, how did you get here? What's happening? And I met this one guy, and he was just telling me, Michelle, we would rather sleep in people's shed, rather than go into some of these shelters because they're dangerous. He's like, it's like going in jail, so even worse, people being raped, abused, attacked, and all these things he was telling me. And I'm like, ooh, what if I could build a community? One of my visions is to build a community, even if it's like tiny homes, and that you can help them. Now, it's not going to be a place that you're going to live here, okay? Because we're not building and growing families
it's not permanent
here.
Homes.
Right.
Yeah,
we're going to transition you. We're going to help you get your life on track so that you can move from this place. And even when he told me that, I'm like, oh, God, I would love to do that. Like, to be able to have a place for them. Because, no, we're not staying stuck. That's not what we're going to do.
Yep.
So.
I love it.
That's the goal. It's big. It's bigger than me, so it's not mine.
Well, that drives you though forward. I would say to anybody, if you don't have a vision that's bigger than you might want to revisit your vision because, how do you dig deeper? How do you expand? How do you get bigger, better? How do you grow if you're always only living at the level where you already are? But if you see bigger, you have to think differently. You have to think. You have to dig deeper.
You see bigger, you do bigger.
Yeah, and that's one of the questions we kind of ask everybody. It's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what does that look like for Michelle?
Oh, my gosh. I feel like looking at the top of that mountaintop right now. Like, I think looking at myself in 5 years, oh, my gosh. I can see myself traveling the world. I can see myself doing what I do on a bigger scale, helping people. Philanthropy is one of my big things. I want to be able to bless people. That was one of my prayers today. I'm like, God, I just want to give. I do. I'm like, wait a minute.
No,
slow down.
And that's why it's your peak life. It's like, because every time you get to the peak, there's another peak behind it.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, what does your peak life look like? Traveling, blessing people.
Yeah, just and sharing the gospel. That's really my heart, to be honest with you. Sharing people about someone that saved me, that helped me change the perspective of my life. Even when when I thought I had all the answers, when I thought I knew everything, but I hit it and I'm like, you don't know nothing. So look, aren't you tired? Are you tired yet?
Yep.
And that there's a life that comes to you. That you can live that's abundant, and that it begins it's endless, because the things that I dream, a lot of days I say, this is not even about me. I didn't say I travel because I like to travel. I don't even like being in planes. I don't even think I like boats. So why would I want to travel? To me, it doesn't make sense. I love cars, but I don't like long drives. You know what I mean? But when you think about it, it's like, that's not even for me, because it's not things that I'm not saying necessarily I can find enjoyment in it, but it's not a vision tailored specifically for me. But I do want to see even my children grow, and they're creatives and they're entrepreneurs. I want to see their businesses prosper. I want to see, even my siblings, like my younger sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. I want to see her. She's healed now and cancer-free, praise the Lord. I want to see her living in her purpose and helping people come out of the things that she's overcome. See, it's not even about me, but it's what I can do to aid and help you get there. So that's what I want to do. I want to aid and help people on a whole nother level.
And your children, are they still here in this area now?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, my daughter actually lives with me, and my son lives around the corner.
Funny, all your friends, huh? All around the corner.
Right.
You need to stop giving them kids some clothes. They'll move out eventually.
I know. I'm like, listen, my daughter's...
That's where you're going to get that training for your shelter. This is temporary.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's cool. I mean, My goal is like I want to have homes for every single one of them because
I love it.
when they have those issues, they're breaking up, baby daddies, baby mamas, whatever. That
always
house is
got a
over there
place.
for you.
I love that.
Don't bring it to my house. Me and my wife are kosher by then. Like,
It's also for little selfish
Works for
gain, too.
everybody.
yeah, play my part. Like hey, we told you about that one. That's
love
over there.
that.
Yeah, no, like I've really thought about it. I'm dead serious. It's like
No,
we're gonna have
legit.
that home for those children when it's like they got issues. All you gotta do is pay the bills.
Yeah.
That's over there.
You already
No, that's
got it. I
powerful.
love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You want to talk on the phone, screen, whatever, fight with your relationship? Not here.
And this is a place of
He's
peace.
thinking way ahead.
Right, I like that though.
I do. All the cars I
Me
drive
too.
now are just for the kids. That's why they're paid off. It's like
That's
I love
5 more
that.
years. It's like, here you go.
I love that.
Next one, here you go. No, I'll get myself the new cars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break them in, make sure they work fine.
I know.
Yeah, 120 miles.
Broken in, it works well. No, that's good though.
Yeah.
Because you have some
sweet.
that don't, and as a father, I think that's as a man, as a
Outstanding.
father, like as a leader of the home, that is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would say I'm still very traditional in that way. You know, not in the sense that I pay for everything, right? My wife, she gets money in. And my wife's not that traditional either, where she could stay home. She does not have. She joined the Girl Scouts for like 3 days. She's like, I'm out. She
Really?
yeah. She's not that mom. I give her shit all the time because it's like, you're not that mom. Like she stays home for 3 days and she's like got an attitude. Like she's stressed just being home. Like no.
She's like, get me out of here.
Yeah, it's not you. Like she can't do it.
And that's fine, right?
It's
like,
100%
yeah,
fine, you
so
know,
many
and
people
it's
do.
you know, I didn't like. Don't get me wrong. Like a woman managing the house is priceless. It's one of the most valuable things a man could have on his side, right? It's not a knock if a woman stays home. To
Right,
me,
I agree.
Like me as a man, like when a woman can take care of the home, take care of the children, that is priceless. So for her, like we focus a lot on the children, and like those activities that you were talking about are about to start coming up. Whether it's travel ball, whether it's music, whatever it is, you know, we're getting there. And it's like, damn, we really got to coordinate our schedule. So she's gonna probably not obviously be doing real estate like that, and she'll be managing that front, and she's got to dedicate to that, right? And we've had those conversations because I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hours. I hear it now, you
That's
know.
a lot of hours.
Dude, they're like, oh, I'm heading up to Richmond because we got soccer all day. And I was
Yeah,
like,
Yes.
that, don't you?
what?
So look,
you sit there
I
like
just-
all day? Like that's a thing?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and then we're gonna get a room. I was like, that they just started like numbers. Like, okay, so you need a room, you gotta travel, you gotta stay there all day. And then that's also, you know, the business that you're not handling at home. It's like, I can't do all of that.
It's an extra, and it's a whole extra expense. It's
a whole other job.
It's just
Yeah,
a
for sure.
whole different situation.
I mean, kids are another job, but that alone is another job, you know. And so like, well, anyways, let me stop all that. That's a rant.
No, I'm going with you. I'm
No,
running
like-
with you. I've been there,
like,
done
yeah,
it. Look, I'm gonna be
it's
praying for you because
You know how it is already, huh?
So, dude, yeah, they're not gonna be around the corner though.
they're not gonna be around the corner. So, you know, look, my son moved away at first. He moved away from me. He
Yeah.
was mad. I was like, listen, you
How
gotta
do you end
go.
up back
But- and
around the corner?
And he moved.
purposely, or that was just?
I
the
think that's
option?
what was available, and
Yeah.
he came back
He's
and
like,
he right. I live in condos and he lives in the apartments.
Okay.
and
Of
so
the same
he
company.
and
Does
so
Mama Michelle just pop up?
nope.
What's up?
I give him his. My son is me in the male version.
Okay.
So he's first of all, if I pop up, he's not gonna be there. First of all, it's just first and foremost. But no, I don't pop up. Like I don't even. One day I did see him leaving. There was a girl in his car. I said, "Hold up!" And then I said, "You didn't beep at me? What?" I turned around, make sure he beep 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 beep. Oh, you act like you didn't
Yep.
see because you had a. Oh no, we're not doing that, bro.
Who's that heifer?
Who is that? No, you can't speak now. I did one of those. Like I was his mother and girl. Like what's going on?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, for the most part, they love to have me around actually. But I don't crowd them. I never did. I never was that type of parent to them, which I think that's why they keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like
The crowded ones are like, get me out of here.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
I never crowded them. I never restricted them. And I wasn't their friend either. But they know I'm their mother, and
Yeah.
that if I have to, I will bust your head to the white meat. Don't play with me, okay?
Yeah.
You know that.
I've said that before. I make it very clear. I tell the kids like
Like, don't get
I'm
it
like,
twisted.
look, that's my wife. That's your mom, but that's my wife. I will fuck you up.
I love it.
Like,
That
don't
part.
get it twisted.
Right.
like,
yes.
That
I
part,
love
okay.
that.
Like-
yes.
like,
that part.
that's your mom, but that's on my side.
You don't even understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're pretty cool. But no, I don't. He's like, Mom, he has a dog. So he's like, Mom.
Well, here, I'm going to totally switch the subject.
ahead.
But Michelle, do you have any questions for Miss Rhodonna?
Dang, let's see. What question would I ask you?
Yeah, you don't get to choose.
I mean, I gotta keep a fine line. What do you have coming up next for the community?
For the community. Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, like like some of the things that you do. We know you're the real estate mogul. Hands down,
I'm gonna receive that.
you are. You're a media
kind
mogul.
words.
Yeah,
too.
and she's a great, like, a mentor for this office.
Yeah, she's a mentor. She didn't tell y'all she's my mentor too. She is though. Now she's awesome. Who she is who she is. But my question to you would be, what do you have coming up next? What do you see
Honestly,
yourself in the next?
Honestly, like having physical buildings that I know buildings aren't as popular nowadays because so much is online, but there are so many things that can be facilitated in a building, even like this studio right here. Things like that I can open the doors and have people kind of purchasing pieces of time to have spaces for classes, spaces for recording, studio recording, or you're speaking. Just a number of things that I want to. I want to have a physical building that has different suites that I'm utilizing to service other business owners
Shared space.
in different ways, and to train. That's something that that is in my heart, and I'm doing that.
Amen.
Yeah,
No, it's happening.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Because I choose. It only doesn't happen if I quit,
That's right.
So it's happening. Yeah.
Okay. I know you are an author too, a published author.
Try to slide that in there.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your next? Are you working on a new book?
Actually, I have a new book in my heart. I have physically started on it, but I can't say I've actively been working on it. But thanks for the push, because I should be. Actually should be, because I would love to have that finished by the end of this year. Yeah, I think that's probably gonna.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that subject?
It's actually going to be on the heart. I'm big on the heart. I think that one of you all spoke about motivation earlier, and I think that everything that we do, sometimes we have the wrong motivations in our heart, and it causes us to behave in the wrong way in the process. But if your motivation is right, it'll guide your actions. It'll guide the way you are with people. It'll guide the way that you just handle things if your motivation is right. If my motivation is only I got to get the money, the money, I'll do anything to get the money. I will step over people. I will lie on people. I will steal from people. I'll do anything because my only motivation is to get the money. But if my motivation is to help people and then I'll get paid as a result, then my heart, the way that I set things up and structure them going into it is going to be totally different.
Yeah, I posted something and I totally messed it up the other day. Well, I thought I changed it, but I didn't save it. It was like, we don't do this for the prize. I spelled prize like PRICE.
Oh,
And I was at the gym between like sessions. We do this. We don't do this for the prize. We do this to change lives. Is what I meant to
Yes,
say.
I like it. Yeah.
And then later on, I was like, damn, I didn't edit it. So
but
I
price
deleted
is
it.
good too, though.
Yeah, I was
about it.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because it's
actually
true.
could-
It's like we're not focused on the money.
Yeah, it's not just like money. Yes, we all are business owners. We know we have to use money to pay bills. But if you serve the people, the money will come. Like if you set things
Yeah.
up and structure it in the right way, but your heart is to serve people, people will refer you more. People will like you more because nobody's stupid. People can gather when they can feel when your heart is just to get something from them.
Absolutely. And Michelle said it also, like, you put yourself in those rooms, like, not accidentally.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you're making it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Any questions for me?
Oh man, I think you probably said it. One question I'm gonna ask you: what made you ask me to do this podcast?
Because you are a vibe. I don't think you've been watching our podcast.
I do. I watched Rhodonna's.
Yeah.
I've actually watched one with Mike a long time ago.
Yeah. So the main thing about this podcast, and it's like we like to select people. You know, everybody has a story, right? And I think one person that we had here was Khalil Keena from Keller Williams. And he says a great story about like his children, where he's like killing it in real estate, but one day he's just got a crying kid in the back seat, and he's upset at his own kid because he's forcing him out there to be out there working because he needs to get that check.
Yeah.
And he just looks at himself. He's like, a piece of shit. Like, what are you doing? Right? So it's those types of stories, and it's like there is no way I can't have you on here. Like, as soon as I interviewed Rhodonna, and then I see you guys on Facebook, I see you guys, you know, you always got that smile, you always got that quirky, just good attitude. You're definitely a person that needs to be on here, right? It's not only about people that are successful or things like that. It's also people who are like really, you could tell you're active in the community. It's not just real estate. You are really active. And what you see online actually, I think, transfers over into real life. Because when I see you, it's the same person that I see online. You know, a lot of people just post the highlights, and I'm sure maybe life might be a little different, but it's like last night, I had a whole fucking party in my house that I was not expecting to have.
Okay.
But what I love is now my wife is forming that Polynesian community in my house, which I love because now my children are like, I want to learn the dances. I want to learn this,
I love
right?
that.
So, yeah, you are transferring what's on social media into real life. You're helping the community. You are a figure to be dealt with as far as like the mentorship, positive influences, trying to just help people. Whereas I see Rhodonna, after talking with her, you know, since the day I met her, you know, she always had this aura. And I always tell these people when I meet them, it's like, you got a great aura. She has that. And it's proven true because she's like, we had our first mentor-mentee, and she's like, I wish I could be there. And she showed up. Like, she had something going on.
Oh, shit.
And the next thing you know, I see it. I see Rhodonna, and I see her little crew. She's mentoring these people, and then you see the positive impact. And you are that.
Thank you.
You are a positive impact. And I think Hampton Roads is a small place. And I think we just need more people like that.
Yeah.
Just impact this place.
Yeah. Positive and authentic.
Yeah, that's it. I can't pretend. Pretending is too much, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's no need for none of us. That's what I like about Iron Valley. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here, you know, yeah. But it's like I am here. And what I love about it is that each one of you guys hold your own. You're who you are, unapologetically, and authentically. And so, and you know, we know authentic people.
Yeah, and then we collaborate with a lot of people like Khalil and all those people over there and Onyx, you know, and we play basketball together or we have events together. Edwin's having pickleball with these other people. Like, it's hilarious. Stephen Doe and all these people are out there playing pickleball, and it's like, calm down. Like,
They go hard.
like, yeah.
They go
They got
hard.
the gear. I can only imagine. Edwin with his little, Edwin dresses.
Yeah.
I know he's got the full fit, matching fit, right?
I got a pickleball fit.
It's the queen, okay?
So it's cool to see all the collaboration because at the end of the day, we're all in the same industry. Does not matter where you're at.
Yeah, yeah.
And it shouldn't be that way where it's like you're over there. Like, I literally, there was one time that like it was just like dumbfounded. It's like she wouldn't take a picture with me. We're at an event, a realtor event. She's like, no, I don't want them to see me with you guys.
Oh, so you're in a cult. I'm just playing. That's what she was in.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, damn, they got you guys like that?
I
Like,
know,
no,
right?
we're just, every time we see each other, we went to broker class together, all types of stuff. And I was like, okay, I won't post it.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, and that does suck. It's like you literally can't take a picture of someone because you're so scared that you're hanging out with them or whatever.
It's like, hey,
It should
I'm in
not
the
be
industry.
that way.
You should have we should have positive relationships with people in the industry.
We're
And-
going to work each other eventually.
I mean, hello. Yeah, I know.
One day.
Eventually.
One day.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you still can learn from each other. And there's enough out here
And
for
you
everybody.
said always stay learning.
Yeah, always.
Always stay learning.
It's like, look, you can learn from anybody. And I'm not that person. I will not be boxed in. You're not going to box me in because then now I'm smaller than I need to be. Why do I need to be smaller?
Ooh.
If I can learn from, like you already told you all, you guys, everybody, distinct personalities, distinct giftings and abilities and talents that you all bring to the table. I'm like, man, I'm at the edge of my seat. Like, man, okay, what can I learn from Edgar today? What can I learn from Eric? What can I learn from Mike today? That all of you guys, and it's like, why? I don't know. I just think that's crazy.
Yeah. So the whole thing about this is this is why we did a name in our valley or whatever. It was like we got to keep it neutral, and we want people from outside, saying their stories because you have your own group. It's not my group.
Yeah.
People are going to tune in to watch you because you affect their lives, right?
Yeah. Right.
That's just the fact.
Right.
But at that, I'm gonna leave it there. But I mean, I think you're great, both of you guys put together. It's just, it's always a vibe. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's the same. I think I appreciate all that. I just, again, I like the fact that I love it here. Actually, I ain't gonna lie to you. I do. I really do. I love it here. I love the people. I know a lot of people here too.
I know.
How's that possible?
No, I know. I saw you shaking hands and everything. I was like, I didn't know you know that. Like, I seriously did it. I was like,
knows
oh, shit,
everybody.
okay. No, but I mean that also goes to show you out there,
Yeah.
in these streets.
I try to.
All the time.
I think that, you know what I think, Edgar? Real estate is hard. I don't care what no one tells me.
It is.
And they try to play the game. Don't do that. Like, I think, was it you that posted? No, I think it was Justin Ford that posted 87% of real estate agents fail. Why do people think it's easy? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, at the end of the day, real estate is hard. I've seen highs in real estate. I've seen lows. I think it's hard. I think even some deals, I'm like, I just need a break. Give me 2 weeks so I can recover because y'all drained me. You know what I mean? Like, just the whole situation. And I think that it's even if you're dealing with another, let's say another agent on the other side, it's like we don't have to fight each other. I don't want to fight. Okay, real estate is hard. Life can be hard. I don't want to don't make my life hard.
Yeah, we always tell people leave those emotions. They stick to the contract, but at the end of the day, there's a middle ground where there's usually a solution.
Right.
There's usually a solution. It's just level heads got to win, right? And you got to, and if you don't convey that like to your clients,
Right.
if you're like already treating it as like that other side's acting like you've lost, like you
And
are
that's how they gonna
messing
take
up.
it.
Yeah, no, it's like, look, this is the situation.
Right.
Here's the solution,
Right.
maybe.
That
like,
part. Yeah.
yeah, not like these people over here.
Yeah,
Like,
because now all of a
I've
sudden
heard
we're
that, and I'm
opponents.
like, no. Let's rephrase that.
Yeah, because
It's just
they
the
feel like-
situation.
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
The
So
solution. Take
Yeah.
that other side out of it.
yeah, like everybody want to
Yeah.
win. Like everybody, I think the important thing about it is my heart, even in real estate, of course, is going to always be a heart. I want to connect with other agents. I want to encourage people. I remember when I first got into real estate, they was like, Michelle, you should just do something motivational for everybody. Like, that's what they would say. Like, you should do a call. You should do something. Like, it was like people would just gravitate. But really, that's what I want to do. I'm called to build people up.
Dope.
And just in wherever I am, and I'm going to prosper, I'm going to bloom where I am, and I want to help people bloom too. So it's like I want to come in, I want to do. There's just so many things I want to do within the industry to help other agents be a better person. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like
great.
better in character, better in just so many things, and confident. People are battling so many things like divorces and losses and I just talked to Linda yesterday. Their cousin was just diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Just all these things on top of a hard industry to be in. I want to help.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Your Peak Life. I want to thank Michelle for showing up,
Thanks
and
for
she's great. Rhodonna, thank
Thank
you
you.
for co-hosting. That's great. Until next time, subscribe and hit that link below. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.